Today's episode is a little different. I invited Aliina, a numeric psychologist and a breaking the behavior patterns coach, to take us on a journey into the patterns that shape our personality, our ancestry, and the purpose we carry in this life. You're about to hear a live numerology reading of my own birth date, and together we'll explore how numbers reveal. If you've ever wondered why certain patterns repeat, or why some years feel heavier than others, this episode might just open a new doorway for you. Thank you, Aliina, for being here on Share Her Story Inspiring Women in Switzerland.
It's a big pleasure, Pavna, to be your guest and to be able to share this information because I think in Switzerland numerology is not that known. It is known. If you Google, you can find lots of people who practice it, but it's not that known. And doing live numerology reading or analyzing for you, it's gonna be fun.
Yes, I'm very curious, excited, and a little nervous.
We're not going to reveal the whole secrets.
Before we go into the numerology itself, I love to start with you and your story because I think it explains a lot about why this work has found you. You grew up in Armenia during a time of instability and scarcity. How did this environment shape your inner world?
Well, indeed, I grew up when, I was born in Soviet Union, and then in my teenagerhood, we got independent, and then we had war, and then we had earthquake, we had no electricity, we had no heating, no water, no food, nothing. It was just fighting for everything. And in that conditions, you had to enter university, otherwise you would be nobody. It was very common, and so you can imagine what a big, like how many people would apply to enter university. So the highest units you could gather from exams was 60, and I managed to get 55. So yes, I entered the university. I was getting a scholarship, stipendium as they called it that time, because I had such a high ranking. And what it developed in me, I think, being focused on your aim and resilience and ability to find the solution to the problems in creative way.
When did numbers first start to feel meaningful or synchronizing to you?
This happened. This started happening from my teenagerhood. I noticed some numbers or some things, some events in my life would happen at certain date, or if I put together the numbers, like sum them up, it would be the same number. I didn't know what it means, but it was already. I was wondering what it means. I knew there is a meaning behind it, but what, I had no idea. So at the time, imagine numerology, nobody even heard of it. Of course, nowadays I don't remember what events those were, but I was just recently doing this calculation myself, and listen what I found out. If I summarize my birthday, like the date of birthday, the month, and the year, it comes to 6. If I summarize the same for my daughter, it comes to 6.
Oh.
If I summarize the date, the first day I met my husband, it comes to 6. If I take my birthday and his birthday and summarize it, it comes to 6.
What?
Yes. And same with my daughter and his birthday. And this is not the only example. For example, our marriage happened on 7. Like if I summarize the date, it's 7. And then when I summarize this marriage date and birthday of my husband, it comes to 7 again. Or my husband's birthday, when I summarize, it's 9. And my very first employer in Armenia was Swissair, the real Swissair, not Swiss Airlines, but the old one, the holy one. And the day I entered and worked at Swissair, and I summarize it, it comes to 9. So there is some patterns, some paths with numbers. So it's connection. Birthday of my husband 9, the day I entered and started working for Swissair is 9, so it was already path coming to Switzerland somehow. I'm still figuring out what it could be, what the meaning could be.
Oh my god, but this is definitely not coincidence.
No. I mean, out of so many numbers, why exactly these numbers?
Yes.
The sequence somehow. It repeats all the time. Yeah.
Wow. Looking back, what do you think those early patterns were trying to show you? When you said, when you started discovering in the beginning?
As I said, I'm still figuring out. I don't know the meaning of everything, but what I could say, like 6, is always about love. It's about creating family. And when I say love, in the first place, it's about love to yourself. It's about not betraying you, not betraying yourself in sake of for others. And it's also creating family. And this is also not just like that. I can see this repeating of 6, number 6 in my birthday, in daughter, in when I met my husband, etc. It's like all about this, all
Love.
about family, all about love. Yes.
Okay. You have a lot of love in you coming towards you, and you're meant to do something in that
Yes,
direction.
exactly.
Wow. At what point did you realize numerology could become a deeper tool in your own life?
Well, when I first noticed this sequence in my teenagerhood, at some point I forgot about it, and then when I was already in Switzerland, somehow I remembered about it. During the COVID time, I ordered millions of books and I never read them. I again forgot about them. And then 2-3 years later, I popped into a video of a woman who is one of the best numerologists in Russia. And the way she was presenting it was very imposing, very interesting. So I got stuck on it, and I took the marathon. It was like money marathon. And it has a very symbolic price of 10 francs. So I paid it and I earned like 600 francs. Because during these 3 days you were learning and you were practicing at the same time. So I made some notes in different groups, like, hey guys, I'm doing this, who wants to participate for donation? It's not like whatever, you can pay whatever you want, and lots of people came to me, and so this is how I earned like 600. And this was already clear, okay, I'm going to do the school. If this is only one sphere, I want to know all. And the moment I finished this course, it was intensive 3-month course. I knew that I'm going to use this tool not only for myself, for understanding my family members' behavior better, but also for my customers during my coaching, because it allows you to see the core problem deeper. Like, for example, through the numbers, you can see where is the potential of a person, where he can earn the biggest money, according to his potential.
Of course, and you tried that with the people. You asked them who would like to participate, and I'm sure you had a very good response.
Yeah.
I love how naturally this unfolded for you when you described your birth date, your marriage, working with your employer, and so on. Let's talk a bit about how your work actually functions today, so everyone listening can understand the language behind it. How do you describe the Pythagorean plus karmic numerology system which you use?
The classical numerology, they work with 9 numbers. It is good, but it's not as deep as the karmic one. We work with 22 numbers. Just to explain what it means. If the person is born on 21st, the classical numerologist, he would take 2 plus 1, and it would be 3.
Mm-hmm.
With karmic 1, it would stay 21. Because we work with 22. Up over 22, it will be already adding up. Yeah. Like if the person is born on 23rd, then it would be 2 plus 3 is 5. But we work with 22 numbers. And what does it mean? For example, yes, 1 plus 2 is 3. It stays 21. But it means that the person has the same lesson like the third, but he has third time to overcome this lesson. So first time the person was born on 3rd, then he was born on 12th, and now he's born on 21. And they say that we have 4 chances to overcome our lessons when we come here. And after 4th time, if you don't overcome, then you come again with additional lesson, and the life gets harder.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's why the patterns.
Yeah.
Oh. So if you have to be very conscious to learn a lesson, the sooner you learn the lesson, the sooner you can move on to the next one.
Exactly.
Aliina, what does each main sphere represent?
So we have 5 spheres, and plus to it we have our soul mission and fatal mistake from past life. The spheres are as follows. The first sphere is personality. This one is the birth date, the date we were born. And it represents our character and our talents, and it is active from 0 till 25. Then the energy of this number starts work on you as soon as you become 18. Before that, you are under karma of your parents. And from 18 to 25, it starts working on you. What does it mean? It means that all the number energies start influencing you. The second important one is the month you were born. This is the ancestral or spiritual triangle. And these are the talents or everything which you inherited from your ancestors. And before we are born here, before we come to a family, in karmic numerology, we believe that our soul has an agreement with the family to which you come. But the agreement is as follows, that when you come to this family, you need to take part of karma and clean it. And this we see in ancestral or spiritual triangle, what lessons we have for cleaning the karma of our ancestors. The third one is our purpose or the potential of money. The fourth purpose is our relationship, and the fifth is our health.
So many layers.
Yes, there are lots of layers. And for example, if you have in triangle of, let's say, personality, a number which repeats in money and which repeats in health, it means you shall leave it in a plus, this energy. And if you live in a minus, it's going to influence your money. And later on, if you don't correct it there as well, it's going to influence your health. So it's all connected. All spheres are connected. So personality is active from 18 till 25. The spiritual one from 25 till 35. With 35, all other spheres get active as well. So if you do not work on 2 spheres, first 2 spheres till 35, all these energies start influencing you, start pressuring you. And this is known as midlife crisis.
Yes, now it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I'm also turning 36 in next month. You talk about activation cycles just now. What do these transitions reveal about a person's life journey?
So if a number in a personality is in its negative aspect, it's going to influence another sphere where it appears again.
Okay. What does it mean when someone is living their numbers in positive versus negative energy?
So we shall imagine when we come to life, we have an aim. The roots are where we are born, the crown is our aim. And the trunk is the easiest and smoothest way to the crown, from our birth to the crown. But there are also loads of how you call them?
Branches?
Branches, exactly. Branches and leaves, which are also ways. But these are like ways with rerouting. You will come to crown, but it will be full of obstacles and full of difficulties.
Okay, so it's like simple example of Google Maps. If you lose, take a wrong turn, you will reach your destination, but you will just need a little bit longer.
Yes, exactly. And the numerology helps you to reach your aim with the easiest and smoothest way.
Okay.
It's like a roadmap.
Wow. Have you tried it for yourself?
I am on my way. I'm on my way, yes.
How did you start integrating numerology in your coaching work?
Well, it depends on my customer if they want it. If I have customers who just want numerological reading, I have customers who want only coaching, but I also have some customers who want both. The effect of working on both gives immense result, because I can see if this issue, I don't like word problem, it's issue or challenge. If this challenge is something which is coming from ancestors, or it's your own path, or this is something you are carrying from past life. And when I see this core, the core of the issue, it's easier to start working on it. And it gives much wider wow effect.
Because you can see behavioral patterns, but you can also see the numbers, and both of them come together, make a powerful outcome.
Exactly. When I had my very first customer and she asked me to do this numerological reading together with coaching, of course I had no idea about her family, I had no idea what is going on there, but I could see numbers. And then I was telling her with voices, because this is how I do the reading, in written way and also with the voice messages, so she can listen to it as well. And then she confirmed, like, oh my god, it's all true. And I was like, wow, okay, that's really fascinating, because this is a person I don't know, but through numbers I can see things I don't know, is it true or not, but I just tell. And it turned out, yes, it is the way I said.
Wow, this explains a lot about why certain things happen and why some things feel off at a certain stage of life. Now that we understand your framework, Aliina, I would like to make this real, not just theoretical. Aliina has prepared my numerology matrix in advance, which I do not know. For those watching on the video, this is a visual map of my energy and life patterns. Let's step into the live reading with Aliina.
You were born on 24th, 1st, 1990. This means your personal energy, the biggest, the energy which influences you the most, is 6. I had to laugh my head off.
Oh my god!
You see? The pattern again. The second energy which influences you is 1. And the third one, where your biggest money are, is 19. Your relationship is under 8 and your health is under 7. Now we go into details. What does it mean? So, as you already all know, 6 is about love. It's archetype of lovers, and these are people who are born with a natural beauty. These people, they like aesthetic stuff. People who are having number 6 in their triangle of personality, especially if it's the number when they were born, they love everything minimalistic but beautiful. They like to wear nice stuff. It's very important for them. In minus, they don't like how they look. And they start doing different interferings, let's say, operations or whatever it's called. So if ever you start thinking, oh, I have to do something, this is a minus. So remember.
I haven't felt that till now. Okay, good to know.
But this is when they do not accept this energy, then it turns into minus. And then get this beautiful idea, I have to change myself. Also, sixes are huge, they have a huge talent of persuasion. They can persuade a person in anything.
Yes.
They are also the best sellers. They can sell anything. They are really good at it. Then what they can do also, they can self-judge themselves a lot. And this is something which, again, as a hint, this is going into minus. I shouldn't do that. Recommendations would be choose yourself in relationship. Honor your own values. So as I said, it's about love, but at the first sight, it's about love towards yourself. In negative aspect, they can fall into this suffering from relationship, which can lead to love triangles or lovers or divorces, stuff like that. And this is also something which, like I said, you have a path and you have to reach your aim. The aim of 6 is to create a family where you are in loving surrounding, but you do not betray yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I'm connecting the dots in my head when you said everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start not betraying yourself, your path becomes very light.
Yes, like you said about melting down in relationship, often, today I found out about sixes are like this, but I always told myself that me as Bhavna, I'm a giver. I give, give, give. But at some point, I also feel like, oh my God, my cup is pouring, but it's somebody has to also pour in my cup. And at some point, I'm like so frustrated, especially in friendships.
Yeah.
I'm like, I cannot do this all the time.
Yeah.
I also need some back. So these are
It's
things
always
I
give
could
and
connect.
take. Yeah, but if you do it, like for example, if you start sacrificing yourself against your own interest, lose energy, and don't get it back, then this is minus.
Yeah.
Then you have 19, which is sun. This is archetype of sun. It's a very strong and very, very positive energy, but it can burn. This is energy which shall be used for collectives, for many people. But if you start concentrating on your children, you become a control freak. Then you have number 13, which is death or transformation. And this means that each person who is in good relation with you, I mean good, I mean not good or bad, but I mean in a close relation with you, they transform, they change. Yes. You bring transformation in life of other people with whom you get connected. Then you have also the number 7, which is will, and it's an energy of warrior and a winner. And it's very important you don't forget about it and don't suppress it. Movement in your life is very important. Movement meaning traveling. You get lots of like insights or empty your brain while traveling and open space for something new, you know. Movement can be also relocating, which you did.
3 times.
It's important in your life. I will tell you afterwards why. And also sport.
Oh,
Yes. Movement as a sport. It doesn't have to be hardcore sport. Like walking, like just movement, something with movement. It's important. Dancing, for example. The energy which you took with yourself in past life, from past life, is energy of number 20. It's high judgment. And it's in your past life, your family hurt you. And you couldn't forgive them. And it could be that in this life it repeats again. I don't know. And your aim is to forgive them. Just be thankful for whatever happened and forgive them. Also with this number, you are very, very connected to your ancestral energy. Maybe you can see also prophetic dreams. I don't know.
what does it mean, prophetic dreams?
When you dream something and it comes true. Or you know how it's gonna come.
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. It could be. The tendency is there.
Okay.
Also, intuition is very strong.
I do feel my intuition. Whenever I listen to this little voice inside, it always works. But it took me time to see this pattern backwards. Because not every time I know that this was an intuition.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just have a calling. I must do it. Like what I do today with you.
Yeah, interesting.
Aliina, what does my ancestral and spiritual sphere reveal about my inner strengths or inherited patterns?
So, actually, people who are born on January, the first agreement, you remember, we was talking about agreement with the souls of the family members you're coming in. The first agreement is about helping your siblings, brothers or sisters, because without you, they will be lost. If you don't have siblings, then it's about a blood relative who is weaker or in a difficult situation.
I have 2 siblings.
So your siblings, they need you. The second energy which influences you is justice. It's number 8. And according to this energy, you have a very strong sense of seeing, like foreseeing things. And what is very developed in you is the feeling of cause and effect laws of universe. You can put together like, this happened because before this and this happened, so the outcome is this. So this, like, very analytical brain. And your purpose is bringing this awareness to the world. Also, it's about when you treat somebody in a way, in a good way, let's say, and you expect this person to treat you the same way back.
Always.
No, we're not doing it. And then you start thinking, yeah, but this is not fair. No. Then you go into your minus, because whatever happens is fair. Then you again have will, and here it means that in the past there was a stagnation in your family. What it means in your ancestral lineage? It means the people, they were living somewhere and they were not developing anymore. They had to move somewhere else for further development. They didn't. And now you came to this family and took this karma, and you had to move how many times?
3 times.
And you have the number of movement, like there are three numbers of movement, like 10, 21 and 5. And these are the more they appear in your triangles, the further is the movement. Like if it appears one time, then it means maybe you changed town or country, but not continent. But the more they appear, the further you go. And in your case, it's like quite few of those guys. And also, it's about expressing and developing your gift of a healer. I don't know, but maybe you noticed that you have some healer abilities, or channeling. I don't know if it tells you something, but I can see through your numbers that you have this potential. If you develop them, you will be, yeah.
Oh my God. You know what is, when you mentioned channeling, what immediately came to my mind? This year specifically, I've been directed towards this particular word channeling with my friend from Poland. We really talk about these deep topics a lot. And we did a trip together this year, just a couple of months ago in Alicante. We were talking so much about, channeling. I tried with her, but till now I haven't got the knack of it. But we talk, it keeps coming back to me, and today it came back to me again in some form or the other about channeling. I don't know how I should tap into it.
You will understand.
Okay.
And it takes time, and as we were discussing before, everything has its time.
Yes.
It will come. Now there are little signs, like you shall pay attention at, and at some point you will know why. And the last energy in your ancestral or spiritual sphere is 9, which you took from your own past life. It's a hermit. It means two things. Either you were a person who was very wise and knew a lot, but you didn't want to share, and you were keeping this information for yourself. Or you were teaching false things to people. Like, for example, there are sectas, and you were doing something only for your own good, yeah, only your own profit. And this energy might again follow you in sense of in the negative way, because either you were cheating people or you had a big knowledge and you didn't want to share it, you were keeping it for yourself. So this energy also can bring you this feeling of imposter syndrome.
Very, very interesting to know certain patterns following consciously, unconsciously.
Yes, absolutely.
What does my purpose and money's pair say about my direction and energy in adult life?
So your main energy of money or purpose is 19. 19 you had again in your personality triangle. This is sun, energy of sun burning. Well, actually people with 19 shall not work for somebody else, or they shall not work under somebody else's rules. But 19, as I again have to mention, is control freaks. They need to learn how to let go, how to trust. And the biggest trust about trusting universe. If you don't trust people, if you go back, then you don't trust universe, and at the end you also don't trust yourself. So it's all the same. What is the potential of this triangle? The best thing, if you could use from each number at least one, something from each energy, at least one. Ideally, if you can combine 2 or 3 things, then you open your full potential of your money. So, for example, with 19, energy 19, you could be the following professionals would fit there. For example, public figures, speakers, Governmental roles would be suiting here, like lawmakers, diplomats, running your own business, as I said, and also creative and performing, like a singer, musician, a speaker, something with the stage. So this is 19, number 19. As I said, no trusting, no delegating is blocking your money. Doing everything by myself, not good idea. Then the second energy is the Hanged Man. It's 12, the energy of number 12. This is, these persons have very creative angle. They look things in absolutely different angle. And they're very creative. So making and inventing new things would be something that would fit this energy, like projects, artworks, marketing, design, etc. What can block your money flow according to this energy is when you cannot say no. Yes, and you cannot say no in harm to yourself. Then it starts blocking your money. Then you have again number 20. You see it repeats. So you had it in your personal triangle, in ancestral, and now in money.
Number 20 is strong.
Number 20. Yes.
And it's ancestral guidance, you told me.
Yes, correct. And here it's communication and speaking. Communication and speaking work, like journalists, like singer, musicians. Podcast, what you do, exactly. Yeah. It's online work. It's work with mothers and children, like families. Healing, esoteric work, it fits perfectly here. And networks. Then you have number 10. Actually, 19 is also 1, 10 is also like 1. And this is the number of big money. So you have a potential of earning really big money. If you use all your numbers, all energies, you have this potential. It's called like Code of Millionaire.
Oh, really?
Yes. You are on the right path.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It took me a lot of courage to start something which sounds and looks silly to a lot of people who don't understand why I do this. In the beginning, I was like, how am I going to make the money? Honestly, I still am asking this question to myself, how am I going to make money? But I'm doing it because it makes me happy. And I told myself, I want to give platform to other women to speak. When you are doing something which makes you happy inside, money will follow.
Yes, exactly. One of the numbers can tell the same what you just said.
Okay.
Yeah. And what blocks your money according to this energy? I mean, there are lots of things what block. I just picked the main one, right? So it's like when your I want turns into I must.
Yeah. It will block.
Yes.
I should do it only when I want
Yes.
something.
Yes. So you shouldn't work somewhere where there is pressure. And with 9, you don't really like also lots of people at the same place.
I am born in India, I'm born in Mumbai, but I can never understand why I don't like when there is so many people in the same place. When there is too many people, when I go back to India now, or even when I was living there, I would wait for the evening silence, when everybody goes to bed and the city is like sparkling with light with nobody talking. I enjoy that peace.
So this is your number 9 energy. The hermit comes out. And what blocks your money here, according to this energy, is imposter syndrome. When you start thinking, I don't know enough, I'm not good enough.
Not believing
in yourself. Yeah, imposter syndrome. When you start getting, when you don't allow yourself to rest, when you have something in mind, I have to do it and I must do it, and you're like a mechanism which is like turned on and can't stop. This is not good.
I've had thoughts about all the things you've mentioned at some point in my life. To go into this direction, to go into this. Yes. How do these three spheres interact together in my case?
So we see a repeating number in all three spheres. I'm not gonna go deeper into relationship and but we analyze now three spheres, more or less deep, so also your audience can have an idea how it works. And we see that number 20 appears in all of these three spheres. And this means that it influences your personality, your spiritual, and your money. If you keep it in minus, this is health. It appears also in health. But then it's going to also influence your health. Yeah. So it's higher judgment. And this has to do with being heard by your families, ancestors. And the main purpose is also could be breaking relationship with them because of something, whatever happened, and still feeling insulted. So in best case, you worked on it by 25, by the time when you were 25. Otherwise, it starts influencing also your money, and then later on also your...
So these three spheres interact together. Mainly was 20, the ancestral guidance.
Yes.
This is interacting together in that.
Ancestral guidance, it was in spiritual triangle, but the main thing is that if there is anything happening in your family where you feel, in German they say beleidigt, like insulted or hurt, and you cannot forgive them, then it's in minus. You shall just let it go, forgive and let it go. And then you will turn this energy from minus to plus.
I see. What positive and negative expressions do you see in my numbers?
I can't say what is positive. Well, I can see what is positive, that you had to move. You did it. You have to work for yourself, what you're doing now. And also creative and online or podcast. All this, as I analyzed, I could see in your charts, and you are following your path.
So I'll share her story, and the podcast and the work I do is aligned with my purpose of the soul.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. If you look at my current year's energy in 2025, what theme might I be living right now?
Okay, 2025 is 9. When we add up all together, 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 5 is 9. This year was about, I say was because it's just finishing, was about everything that doesn't serve you, anything that doesn't bring you to development, falling off. It can be relationship, it can be friendship, it can be job, it can be anything. Whatever is not serving you, either it's you live it or it's taken away from you.
Yes.
Because it's making space for something new, for something better.
And I should trust it.
Yes.
Not trusting would turn my energy into minus.
Exactly.
So this year was really taking away what is not meant for me, and this happened. I saw it. I lost a job. I somehow got distant with some close friendships, not intentionally, but just different lifestyle, different things. Many things happened. But what you said, this year has been really like eruptive. Cleaning space. Yes.
Cleaning space.
Okay.
And your personal one is about career. It's about either making better career or starting your own something. 16. And we see you are doing it.
Okay. So I am on my right path.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That makes me feel relieved. But also I have to lose that control part,
Yes. Next year, starting from January 2026, you will be under energy 17, and globally it will be under 10.
And what is that?
10 is a new beginning. And it is the main purpose for all humans will be valuing what they have. Where 9 cleaned up the space for new, whatever didn't serve you fell off. The 10, you shall start valuing what you have, what is left.
2026.
Yes, it's 10. And for your personal energy, it is a creative number and it's linked to rise, to success in work, 17. And it's like creative self-expression ways and opening new doors. It also signals lucky signs, wish fulfillment, and unexpected important help.
Important help.
Yes. So grow your self-confidence and share your inner world with others. Be honest with yourself and those around you. Trust. Follow your star path and begin performing or speaking in public.
When you look at my purpose numbers, what do they reveal about my deeper life mission? And does the work I do, we already answered, you already told me that share her story aligns with the energy I was born with, but the deeper, life mission, what is that?
So your soul mission is 5, 10, 15, which means 5 is inner potential. You carry the energy of spiritual teacher.
I feel it sometimes. I don't understand
Yes.
why, how I feel
This is the 5. The 5, they are usually very analytic, they're very mathematical, but actually their main purpose is becoming like mentor or spiritual teacher, and it's a deep understanding of world. Yeah. And then with number 10, you shouldn't chase money. When you start doing things you love, the money would start chasing you.
That's what you were going to say.
This is in your soul mission, part of soul mission. 5, 10, 15. 5 is spiritual teacher. 10, it's not about money, it's about doing things you like, but it's about others profiting from it. You're not concentrating on profiting, what I do that I earn money. No, I do something for others to profit, and then money will find you.
Okay.
And 15 is guidance. Guidance like release material attachment, nurture your spiritual side, and resist temptations. Then it says show your true self, remove masks, and be authentic. Inspire others and help to grow. Become better, brighter, and more positive through your own example.
I do that without knowing this. I've done this so many times, but I didn't know that was my mission or purpose, but it just comes sometimes naturally.
Well, lots of people live intuitively correct. They learn to listen to yourself, to themselves, listen to themselves. Yeah.
Well, that was very, very resonating. I could relate, and also kind of very like in my head I was like, oh my god, this makes sense. Yes, I could connect all the dots. And it also opened a lot of eyes.
Yeah, you start understanding deeper why
The
things
patterns.
happen, and yeah.
Thank you, Aliina.
You're very welcome.
Aliina just did the live reading for me. That was so resonating, so relatable. I have a message from her for the women listening, and not only women but anybody listening to this video. We're going to ask her a couple of questions which you will relate directly. If the numbers which she read for me were similar to what you have, perhaps you already have some answers. Otherwise, we try to give you contact of Aliina. Aliina, what patterns do you see most often in women who come to you or men, and what usually changes when they start understanding their numbers?
Usually the questions or I would say issues, not patterns, issues will come are unhappy relationships, or they want to change, move, stagnation, they want to move, but they're not sure which direction and if it's the right path, if it's the right moment, because all of this you can see in the roadmap of the life. And also very common is self-love impression, suppression, and the syndrome of being a good girl or a good boy. This is also the common thing. Also the imposter syndrome. These are the main issues I work with. I also have people who have issues with organizing their daily life, or like this is typical good girl or good boy syndrome, when you have time for everybody but you do not have time for yourself. And when something comes to the place where you have to do something for yourself, you start postponing it because you think you're not valuable enough, or it's okay not to do for yourself but not for others. So yeah, stuff like that. I work a lot with people like that. Yeah.
If you had to leave one message or one insight to the viewers listening, and one simple numerology practice from today, what would that be?
Well, numerological practice, it would be the same like go and read astrology. I mean, you can't do astrology yourself. You need to learn it. To learn it, it takes time. What you can do, you just open the, newspapers and read whatever it says. But it is so general. Like, for example, if they say Libras might get a hand proposal, it doesn't mean that all Libras are going to get this hand proposal, right? On the planet. So the same is with numerology. Of course, nowadays you can do the reading with artificial intelligence, etc., but it is definitely not the same, because it does very general. Even if you try to persuade or ask it to make a karmic reading, it still works with 9 numbers. I don't know what. Maybe at some point it will start working with 22, but at the moment it's not. It's very general because it doesn't see the patterns, the issue the person comes with. But it's definitely not as deep as what I learned.
Aliina, if you had to leave one insight and one simple numerology practice for the viewers watching, what would that be?
Well, I would suggest, first of all, depends what you want. If it is something very oberflächlich, how they say in German, or not so deep, like common, you can of course use AI. Like you use the newspapers for reading astrological advices, right? But if you want to dive deeper and see what is going on, or what is the right time for marriage, for whatever, this is just one type of thing I showed you. There are many. And then I suggest just to consult a person who learned it.
The experts like you, Aliina.
Thank you. Yes, they are very welcome to consult with me as well.
Thank you, Aliina. What stayed with me today is all those connections with the ancestral, especially the number 20, the guidance, my, this year of falling off with what is not serving purpose for me, with everything in all directions of my life, that was really resonating, eye opening, and I'm really looking forward to making big money in 2026. But thank you for holding this space and for sharing your work, your expertise, which you've learned so generously with me today. For the people who are watching, you can find details of how to contact Aliina in the description below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe, keep shining in your story, try to find what is your numbers, and perhaps you might put in a comment, and Aliina might give you a very high level overview. And if you are interested, she will make an appointment with you. Thank you. Bye bye.